All right, back to the Nightendo. We went into musical, mode last night. So listening to music and all that, playing music and all that stuff. So um, now we're going back into game mode. Yeah. So uh, yeah, Thursday I was really turned on by that Swedish girl, uh, Amelia, and yeah. Um, but I had I got so lost into my crush and to my wanderlust that I lost like the idea of a grounded reality almost. And so I one thing I'd fundamentally forgotten about a lot of girls that were singer songwriters and stuff and artists is that a lot of them are lesbian and gay. And so not all of them. She could just be a tomboy, but she dresses like uh, she wears overalls and guys and she wears. It's not abnormal to wear polos or blue jeans, and but she also, yeah, I mean, but it said that she loves the wilderness and all that, so she could just be a country girl. So she may not be a lesbian at all, but there's still that possibility too. So, but I don't want to be a simp anyways and start messaging her. It was really kind of her to message me back on SoundCloud, and I know it was her. So I don't think it was. I don't think she's big enough to have an agent yet. So her name is Amelia Soljaholm. Showhome. Okay. Okay. So it's Showhome. All right. That's how to say it. I was wondering to say it. I mean, I don't really expect to meet her in real life. I'm just saying if I have to, if I was going to ever go see a show or something like that, you know, um, I want to know how to say her name. Okay. But yeah, Thursday after I heard like her hit song or what I suspect is going to be the hit song off her extended play or album, future album. I was kind of blown away. I hadn't really heard a voice. Um, I haven't really heard some music in a long time that really got me like that, like in a long time. So it was. It's kind of like I don't know. It's almost like feeling young again. Yeah, and I'm sure the feeling of feeling like there's a new thing going on is going to be something that's I mean a new thing that's positive going on is going to be something that's going to be it, it seems to me in older age that those things are going to be few and far between. Like it's either going to be mundane, it's going to be boring, or it's going to be or it's going to be like sad. You know? So, oh damn it, he hit me. Shit, you bastard. You're going down for that bitch. Sending you to the next world, nigga. Set this boy on fire, dog. Yeah, interrupting my shit. Ooh. Is there another one? Okay. So, oh, there is, huh? Another bitch? Oh, it's this dude. Fucker rare. Bitch. All right. So yeah, I got kind of swept up, and then I was so moved by the track that like, so so I emailed on SoundCloud. I messaged on SoundCloud to Amelia, like, this is an amazing song, and like, you're gonna be a star, and like, you know, and it got kind of, and I was like, okay, just don't simp out, and scare her away by getting too into it, and yeah. So I was like, okay, don't simp out, basically, and keep it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut off communications. Not like the guy who gets the girl's phone number and then like doesn't call her for like a week or whatever. Not like that, but like just so she's like, oh, this guy's cool. I'm like, she could, if she even gives a shit at all, probably not. Maybe she's so busy, she probably not. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I could complain about the that that I could complain all summer that that the old lady shut down the pool and shit, and this group of people, Mark and Vicky and whoever else did it. Oh man, yeah. So I could complain the whole summer that there's going to be intermittent heat waves and there's no fucking pool. And so that's going to piss me off. Like, eh, the unfortunate thing about this, like whoever shut it down with the who called the Harris County Health, like that's going to cause a rift so bad, like in the community is the problem with it. Like people just do shit without thinking about it and like fuck it up for everybody. And so now when there's like a hurricane or like a heat wave, then we don't get to go to the fucking pool or go exercise or go swim. So it's like fucking lame. Ah, those bastards. Yeah. So I'm gonna be pissed about it. I don't want to talk about it every day, but I am pissed about people shutting down the fucking pool. That's so gay. That's so shit. Got your boy Gyro chilling. All right, got your boy chilling. You know he's thrilling. Coming back like Dylan, dog. I'm making villains. Yeah. So, anyways, my tact on Amelia is okay. She could be a lesbian. Don't get too much of a fantasy crush. And then number two is like don't simp. And then um, I'm not gonna keep writing her. She doesn't really have many followers on SoundCloud right now. I added her short to Twitter X to get it exposure. It looks like my strategy was working. I'm not really her professional promoter or marketer. I just did that as a favor. I knew that would generate interest. And so just social media sharing would generate interest with people in listening to her music, listening to her voice, listening to her records, and all that stuff. So I knew that she was talented, and if people knew about it, it would take off. So that was just kind of like a no-brainer to use social media as a marketing tool, and so that seemed pretty easy. I mean, if I can connect communication with technology with talent, and then that could all work. All those different pieces could work um, in a continuum as part of a larger organism. Uh, so and I think it worked. Um, I hope it doesn't. For a girl artist, I think the scary part is that there might be a lot of weirdos that uh, do simp out for Amelia, and they're like trying to get her phone number so they could date her or whatever, and so there is that like creep factor, and so yeah, so I hope she doesn't get stalkers. She lives in a really kind of like not a very big Swedish city, so I hope she's not somebody who's that would be physically in danger because somebody listened to her music or saw her video or something, you know. So she's not big enough to really have security yet, or to have bodyguards or whatever. So, but she was really sweet, and I didn't make a direct. I don't think calling a woman beautiful is a direct pass. So to me, that's not a direct pass. It's not like you're just like, oh, look, it's a beautiful woman. It's not like, to me, that's not a pass. So that's just a reality. Oh yeah. All right. So tomorrow's going to be another hell day of African um, dust, or it'll be another hellish day of heat in Houston, and then yeah, I'm going to try to make a special breakfast tomorrow. I got inspiration from the onion. I know everybody's talking about the onion sandwich, um, by chef, the French chef, the old guy. Oh yeah, James Beard. Okay, James Beard, famous onion sandwich. I noticed how he prepared the bread was very interesting. I may do that so I can. Yeah, I may do that. I may make circular bread and make like a breakfast sandwich for me and mom, and toast the bread and make an excellent breakfast sandwich. Yeah, I'm really thinking about it. Definitely, without a doubt. Like, yeah, but I mean that could be one of my problems is that I think about things maybe too much, and so getting like my ideas from like the thought stage um, to the actual getting it done. That's really where it's at. I mean, I don't have any flame swords right now. All right, so I'm gonna have to use the flint then. Yeah. So even though I have a lot of ideas, like fleshing them out is like the hardest part. So yeah. So I just yeah, I had to make me a pot of coffee for tomorrow morning when I get up and take out the girls, the Shih Tzus, and feed them. And then I'm going to make breakfast, and so it's going to be all. Hopefully, we'll have a sensational Saturday. And yeah, I'm going to try to make like the onion bread, the circuit bread, and then I want to get like some like I might want to make some French style scrambled eggs and the creamy kind. And so I might do that again, but I don't know if the creamy kind would be good on the on the sandwich. I might try to make little mini omelets for the. Uh, yeah. Oh man, just had to wait until it fucking rained. Shit. Yeah. Maybe for some that seems like a great plan. I mean that seems great if you have a lot of ideas, but it might be also maybe that's not a great idea because you're like have all these different ideas and maybe you don't have time to do it all. So that in and of itself could be a problem. And yeah, I guess if you're a single guy, that like it might be tempting to simp because you're like, well, you know, you're like, well, I won't get many of these opportunities, right? Especially as you get older. So you might say like, oh, I'm going to be overly nice to this girl or whatever, or bother this girl because she's hot, and it's like, that could definitely have the reverse reaction. It often does. So it's better to play it cool and don't simp out. So she just said, thank you for the compliment and have a great weekend. So just keeping the conversation casual, online on SoundCloud. Um, and maybe since we both make music, definitely I don't make music on her scale or production level, definitely not. But maybe she checked out some of my tracks from GarageBand and stuff like that. Maybe she liked a few. I don't know. Maybe she likes my voice too. So we'll see. We'll see if she ever chats with me ever again. I mean, she could just not do it ever. Um, and if she never chats with me again, well, uh, you know, then so what? Right. So then maybe I buy her album or something. You know, you hit this dude in the balls enough times, he will die at some point. I think that's the good thing about humans. If you hit them with your sword enough times, eventually they won't be alive anymore. You can count on the mortality of humans and maybe monsters. Uh, you can count on the mortality of humans. That's pretty fun. All right, you can always count on the mortality of human beings. The fragility. Here we go. If there's one thing you can count on besides the sun, it's always reliable. Yeah. That's where it was going, huh? Yeah. Coming into town, dong. Welcome to the Zelda. Going barbarian style because I'm motherfucking savage. Hell yeah. Always. This boy's trying to step to me. About to get them recognized. Yo, y'all about to get recognized, boy. And that's recognized with a WREC instead of with just the R. You're about to get recognized. No. All right. You just like saying they're going to get recognized. Yeah, because it's funny to me. Hearty salt grilled fish. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So, I mean, even though I find Amelia, uh, attractive on a sexual level, she could be a lesbian. And then number two, she does live in Sweden, and I live in Texas. Not to say that's stopped people before, but I'm saying, that could be. Plus, we don't really have a massive age gap, but she's like 33, and I'm like, 45. So that's not the greatest. Um, but I don't really subscribe to the idea that people's lives are over at 45 or 50 though. So, but I will say in terms of human romance and relationships, if you are not married by age 35, things get out of control very quickly. And so, uh, I mean, the time runs out. So, as it does for everyone. So that's the very stark reality of our existence. My job was up. Like you go, oh, you coming in swinging, huh? Here, have some of this. Down, about to get down. Get that boy a master sword up his ass. Down. Oh, what do we have? What did we do? Oh, okay. We messed with the arrangement of this. You know what? Ooh. Bring these boys out. Ooh. Tell me what I can't do, bitch. Tell y'all something, dog. Like when I get up in the dawn, we about to get down. Oh yeah, so the Devil of the Ozarks, Grant Hardin was captured, not too far away from his escape place. He was in the Arkansas wilderness. Uh, he didn't really try to bolt. I guess maybe he was afraid of getting captured, and then maybe he's too old because he is like 58 or something. So you can't really, you know. I mean, you're not going to become Davy Crockett or Johnny Appleseed. The closer you get to 60, it's just probably not going to happen. I mean, with a realistic, if you're looking at it like a guy's athleticism at a certain age starts to take a serious dive. So obviously our bodies are way stronger, age 16 to 30. So we definitely have a prime time for sure. Batter up. Ooh, yeah. Splatter up. Ooh. Ah, I see. Let's fly like Superman. Fly like Superman. You just want to say Superman? Hell yeah. That's the little kid in me. Somewhere in there. Mm. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I will have a wonderful weekend, Emilia. And I didn't feel like that would be cheesy. Like, we're not in a romantic relationship, so I'm not gonna be like, "You have a wonderful weekend too, sweetheart," or something like that. I thought it would be redundant because I already gave her, compliments about her looks and her music and all that stuff. So that's all. So now it's all said and done, really, in my mind. Nothing has to be further said about the beauty of Amelia, the Swedish girl. So yeah, I guess with the pool being closed this summer, um, yeah, a lot of the community is angry, and a lot of the community has kids. You know, there's a lot more kids in the neighborhood. What's left of the neighborhood anyway, and so now parents have to buy mini pools and just run sprinklers for their kids to play. That's what I call bullshit. That's some major ass bullshit. Now I've explained how the what happened before, but a lady came from Michigan called Vicky with her husband Dan, retirees, and they came down here because I guess it got too expensive up there in Michigan, I suppose, and their daughter or son was down here, um, and they had a granddaughter. I think they have three grandchildren. I think, and so though I haven't seen the boys in a long time, I guess I don't know what happened there, but I think the boys got older because so they moved down here to I guess for a lower cost of living. I'm guessing the reason why a lot of people from Michigan and New York and California and other states moved to Texas is because of lower cost of living, maybe for greater liberties and freedoms. Um, you know, so a lot of different reasons, but I think the lower cost of living is a big one. Maybe it's too expensive in New York and Michigan and California, so they're like, hey, it's cheaper in Texas. Let's go there. So So Vicky thinks that like she's the queen of the neighborhood immediately when she moves in. and they start trying to meddle immediately into. They buy a place by the pool so they could be by the pool, and probably people in the community did not realize that Vicky and Dan, or Vicky, wanted to control the pool for the sake of their grandchildren. So a lot of residents had no idea that some people would move in and try to buy a place by the pool so they could control the pool or overwatch, be overlords of the pool. And that's never happened in Champions Condominium's history. In its whole 40 plus years, this has never happened. This bullshit. And so, um, maybe people thought it was a little weird, and then, all right, but they're kind of happy they got their place by the pool, and then their grandchildren come swim sometimes, and they come stay, and they go to the pool, and sometimes the um, the woman swims in the pool, and sometimes lays out by the pool, and then sometimes the husband goes swimming with the kids and stuff like that. So they're really happy. They got what they wanted. So they moved in like right around the time of the pandemic, about 5 years ago or so. Yeah. Then, okay, I guess a little bit after the pandemic, uh, so then a little bit after the pandemic, this gay guy moves in, and I think he's gay because he's always like wearing he starts hanging out at the pool all the time. I don't know if I don't think he's retired, but he's older too, like a boomer, like them. Like he's at least in his late 50s or 60s, and then he starts like basically coming in like a thong and some boxer shorts, really gay looking swim trunks. He's a guy with a mustache and Kamala voter. I think you got the picture, and he's just acting gay. And then I guess he befriends Vicky, and Vicky's on the board, the association board for a while, and then she gets voted off because people don't like her. She's just like a, a meddler, a gossiper. She just makes life miserable for people. So she gets kicked off the board because she's too much drama and too much bullshit. So the gay guy Mark, I start calling phone floater because he comes every day almost on a sunny day uh, during the spring and summers when the pool opens, and he swims on a float and he gets on the phone and then he just like lays out. So we started calling the phone floater because he would just float and he's queerer than a $2 bill, you know. So like big time. So Vicky and Mark not only utilize the pool a lot, they kind of act like it's theirs. And when the community comes, uh, Vicky starts to kind of harass, people that go to the pool, harassing them by not giving people any privacy. And at first, the association has rules on the pool that it's only open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and that keeps the riffraff out at late at night, to, having parties and so forth. And uh, a teenager, actually got on the roof of the clubhouse and was butt naked and jumped in there one night. My mom saw. So the curfew didn't keep young people or people from having parties late at night. They still did as long as they had a key. But it did cut down on parties, and it did cut down on, like naked guys jumping off the naked teens jumping off the clubhouse roof and stuff. Oh, really, Beyond? Oh, you're gonna hit me, huh? All right. So I think I'm kind of setting up the story of what's been going on here and how it led to this shit. I can't talk about every single thing because some of that's like confidential, but I'm pretty much talking about the main things, the main point of contention with Vicky and Mark and this pool takeover crew that has fucked up our summer and our many summers they have fucked up, but this one is the greatest fuck off, fuck up of the pool, the one that's almost intolerable. All right, this one got people mad because it was unnecessary. It was just dramatic bullshit by people who thought that they were in control, but they're not. So a bunch of people moved in and bought places or rented places, and they thought they were running the show of this community. And so Vicky, she calls herself Queen Victoria. She thinks she's the boss or something. Like she's running the show. I don't know. It's just weird. Great flame blade. So she gets kicked off the board because she rubs people the wrong way. She keeps trying to control everything, and she wants everything to be her way, and she wants the pool to be perfect for her grandchildren, and she doesn't care about what the other people think or their input. She doesn't give a shit about that. She just wants Vicky just wants what Vicky wants. I mean, that's just at the end of the day. That's it in a nutshell. I don't think she really cares about what other people want. She wants to do what she wants to do. That's pretty much the deal. So I don't think she considers anybody else's feelings. Anybody we think that she's a hoarder because she has shit all in her house, and so we've done more pest control just in case rats or uh, too many bugs come in because she's a hoarder. So uh, because they have so much shit in their garage and so much shit hoarded, she's just a hoarder and like control freak. I mean, that could be a psychological or neurological problem that she has, but it's really annoying though. Very, very annoying. Um, so she rubs everybody the wrong way. She tries to have 4 garage sales so she can sell all her stuff, and um, she has resorted to dumpster diving and trying to get people's stuff so she can sell it, and all that shit, all that shit. And so some people have complained um, that she doesn't have original shit, and her garage sales are not that good. She doesn't have good stuff anymore, and so unless she can go dumpster diving and recreate more stuff that's valuable, so she can make money, then you know, then not going to be she's not going to be able to have garage sales forever. And then she started to become like a custodian of the pool, self-appointed, even though she wasn't on the association. So she started to act like the pool was hers, or some shit like that. As said before, their obsession buying the house, the condo by the pool, right next door to us. The obsession with having the pool for their grandchildren, the obsession, with that in general has led to this problem we have now. And then there were other grandma gossips. Um, there's there's a younger lady who's kind of good looking, but she's I don't know, kind of a bitch. And then there's an older grandma that walks around too that she gossips with, and they like to come and gossip right in front of the pool and with their dogs, and just this one brunette lady likes to go around the condos, and she likes to talk to all the other old ladies, and they like to have like grandma gossip afternoons. And there's plenty of grandmas that love this grandma gossip. And so there's a lady that goes around to all the other ladies and all the other golden girls, even though this lady's not old. She's just a bored housewife, or some shit like that. Or she's just a bored single lady. Maybe she's single, maybe she's not a bored housewife, but she could, just be a bored mother and housewife going in the neighborhood trying to learn the business of everybody else, of all the other women in the condominiums. So, um, all right. So we have the gossip grandmas. We got Mark the gay guy. We got or the phone floater, and then we got Vicky. So I'll just call the lady the brunette because I don't know her name. Because is she kind of hot? I mean, I'd fuck her if I had the chance. She's kind of good looking. Honestly, she's just like a bitch. So I don't know. I mean, I'd slip her the wiener though for sure if I had the chance, probably. So to be honest, I'd slip her some vitamin D for sure. If I into her, I'd slip the D into her V. Oh yeah, I get the D M to the V. That's without a doubt. Um, I get the D into her V. Hell yeah, always. Yeah, she's not bad looking, but it is kind of suspect that there's like a woman that's so bored that she has to go around ladies that are, 10, 20, 30 years her age, and just to find gossip, because she's so bored with her existence. It is kind of troubling to think about. It does bring me pause, concern, I guess you could say. And here we go. All right. So apparently, four people, and we don't know their names, but I'm figuring it's the old. I'm just guessing that it's an old granny, um, and it was. Uh, I'm just calling the younger lady that hangs around with the older gossip grandmas. I'm gonna call her the bored housewife or the brunette. And then there's the gay guy Mark and Vicky who think they're the custodians of the pool, that they're the rulers of the pool or some shit. And they so I believe it's those four people. I can't identify who actually called in the Harris County Health and shut down the pool when it wasn't on the Harris County Health's radar to begin with. But according to the management company, four people got the pool shut down. We think we know who it is, though. We can't we can't tell for sure. I'm not going to ask Vicky straight to her face. Did you shut down the pool? And she probably wouldn't even tell me anyway if she did it, because she probably doesn't want the whole community pissed at her for that. So especially in one of the hottest summers ever in recorded Houston, Texas history. So she doesn't want the entire community pissed at her again for her bullshit. Now, most of Vicky's problems come from a stubborn uh, a stubborn attitude that the world revolves around her and what she wants out of life. Number two, it also revolves around her meddling and interfering with things and wanting stuff her way instead of consulting the association or the community. So that's basically a lot of where her troubles come from. They're all self inflicted, obviously. So okay, so she thinks that her echo chamber of her family and kids and grandchildren and her husband is all she needs, and that everything else is just a nuisance to her plans. Right. So everything and everybody else besides her immediate family is an obstacle. So she thinks like the Bidens, like you know how like Joe Biden when he was old, like and having dementia and cancer, like all he did was make every single move to help out Hunter Biden and the Bidens and make the Bidens wealthy. That's what he did most of his political career. So it's that kind of mindset, like I'm just going to do whatever it takes from my own family and screw everybody else kind of attitude. So um, So Vicky changed the association rules. At first, you needed a key to get into the pool, and she changed it where you didn't need a key and kept it unlocked 24/7, which I think is a violation of in case kids go there and drown or something. That I thought that'd be a liability to the management company, to the association, or to the management company that owns these condominiums. So to me, that's a violation of safety. All right, number one is not having, and that's also a violation of privacy. That's also a violation of um, sovereignty, really, because if you think about it, the whole point of having an exclusive community is the whole point of it is that everybody that lives here and uh, that are family and friends and relatives that live in these condos has a key to open the pool, and that's a like a that's like a private right almost. And so she got rid of that, got rid of having to have a key and having it locked, and that also is a threat to children who may drown or wander in there. Okay. Number two, she changed the rules of the pool so it wasn't 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. She made it 24/7. That's another thing that she always tries to change and manipulate things and make shit her way, her own style, stuff that she has no business trying to do. Okay. This will be the last video I talk about it, even though I'm going to be angry about this probably the entire summer, and probably into next year, and the year after that probably. I will be angry about this for a long time. Like, all right, so apparently Vicky or somebody complained that the pool needed a new drain. All right, and all right. It's got that spicy omelet, dog. Okay. You want to get a nutty omelet? Want to get a nutty one, dog? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Huh. You know it. Ooh. So, what's the next part of the story, right? Yeah. Um, yeah. Making that hearty elixir, dog. Yeah, it's not Wheeler's Mixer's Elixirs, Fizzlers tonight. It's going to be the hearty elixir. All right. But we need to work on our cardiac and not our partiac. So, honestly, let's make some sweet beef. All right. So, Vicky and Mark found out that the drain was not. Uh, they wanted to have the association fix the drain and fix the lights and fix the pool because they're thinking that they own it. They own the pool, which is not true. The association runs the pool and fixes, and the management company runs the pool. It's not people that live here, necessarily run it. It's the management company. It's the association that sets the budget and all that stuff. So, yeah. I'm gonna smash this this pool over here. Yeah. Ooh, coming down like Thor. Yeah. That was Chris Helmsworth was a fucking awesome Thor. Yeah, he was a badass Thor. There probably won't be another Thor ever that fucking kick ass like him. Yeah, ever again. Because that guy was like crazy cut. He was like like insanely ripped and healthy, like almost to the max. Almost like even though he was an actor, he was kind of like he was really like doing the exercise of like a and the health diet of like an athlete really or a bodybuilder. Yeah. Care if my crusher is damaged. Ooh. As long as I damage, don't. As long as I damage, then I'm getting it savage. You're gonna be ravaged. Um, I got computations like Babbage. My egg rolls got cabbage. I'm always living lavish. Nice. I like that one. That was good. Nice flow on that. Hell yeah. Coming back like a habit down. Your mom's scale is now ready. Your mom is ready. Oh yeah. Okay, so Vicky and Mark and I guess this quad. We'll call them the Quad Squad since they say it was four people. It was the not so Fantastic Four. It was like the Fartastic Four, I guess we'll call them, because they're older and they're like, well, except for the brunette is kind of sexy. I mean, maybe I'd bang that wang a dang poontang that poontang if I had the chance, but wang a dang poontang. I just want to see the frozen bull. Yeah, that's the Ted Nugent song is Wang a Dang Poontang. Yeah, it's classic. Wang a Dang Poontang. funny. Ted Nugent. Yeah, there we go. Funny. Wang a Dang Poontang. That guy's a legend. All right. Is it called like Wang a Dang? It's called like Sweet Wang a Dang Poontang or something. Uh, oh, my bad. I'm out of here then. No. Laters. Yeah. Y'all ain't got no ride for y'all, no. That's what I'm Audi boy. I'm Audi like a German Audi. I'm getting Audi. I'm getting rowdy. I'm getting loud and bowdy. It's getting crowded. Getting crowdy. Uh, gonna eat my chowdy. What? Eat the chowdy. Time to eat the chowdy. Uh, okay, right in the cow's butt. Hell yeah. Oh, the cow like fell off. That was funny. He fell off and he died. He died from falling. I never actually chased a bull or cow off the mountain where it like fell off. That's funny. Yeah. So, anyways, So you could tell that like these people wanted more and more control over the pool, and they started to change the rules and all this shit. And it's basically like the people that were trying to control the pool were like, even though Vicky was like the main instigator, um, the guy Mark was an instigator. Any of her like in neighborhood collaborators in their squad and in the quad squad. So since the manager said, you know, that it was 4 people, even though they weren't named, so that there wasn't. I guess they weren't named so that people, all the neighborhood wouldn't know. They just have to speculate or guess. Yeah, but we pretty much have it narrowed down, like who it is, like who snitched on the Harris County Health to shut down the pool. Yeah, we already kind of figure who did it. All right. So instead of working with the association to come up with a budget to replace this drain, or these lights went out in the pool, the night lights, instead of trying to work with the system, they decided to try to go around the system and force action that way. So what they did was they got the Harris County Health uh, to shut down the pool. All right. Now it does beg the question why Vicky and Mark and their conspirators, whoever these 4 people are, the Fartastic Four, the Fucktastic Four or whatever, the Fartabulous Four, the Quad Squad or whatever I'm gonna call them. Now, why they themselves would shut down the pool with the Harris County Health? Because they love the pool, so why don't they? So they don't get to go to the pool now, but now nobody else does. Now no one gets to enjoy the pool now because they weren't happy with a replacement drain or the lights or whatever. So now the pool might not even open, not only this whole entire fucking summer, but it may not even open for like, because of these fucking jackasses, it may not even open until like fucking uh, 2 years or something, or at least a year, of no fucking pool, and the whole spring and summer season's fucking wasted. And now the pool won't even be a sanctuary if we run out of power and it's too hot, so people can't even get relief going swimming because these idiots, they just fucked it up for everybody. So, anyways, that's the full story of the pool, as far as I know. And we got meddlers in here. We got people trying to control the pool, rule the pool, and it's just not working out. It's just BS. It's, oh yeah. Mm. when I want to fly to the island, I just flyland. Meow. Good one, flyland. Genius. Straight up genius, boy. Ooh. Going to the flyland. Then I'm heading to Thailand. Because this is my land, bitch. Mm. Playing the Nintendo Switch. You know it. Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Where are the Giants at? Uh, yeah, that was probably the first time I saw Tilda Swinton. It was in that movie The Beach. She plays the I guess she's the leader of the cult. Yeah. Yeah, I guess The Beach in 2025 years ago when it hit, you know, it hit us millennials really really hard because it was like showing like, youthful restlessness, and it was a lot like sort of like Jack Kerouac. It was almost like a beatnik kind of movie. It was like how Jack Kerouac on the Road is kind of like a book for young and restless people, and that want to go experience something and are restless for experience, um, for knowledge, for the meaning of life, and all these other kind of existential and spiritual, kind of things, and these kind of lusts, uh, desires for adventure, and so on. And so The Beach was like a movie like that, but like a millennial kind of uh, turn of the century kind of coming of age movie. And was it really good? I don't know if it was really all that good. Um, it's kind of a cautionary tale, so too. But the beach is entertaining, though. I would say it's entertaining. So Leonardo DiCaprio's character finds a beautiful woman, and he finds this cult on a beach, and he kind of finds this community for a while, and they just smoke weed and have fun and just you know um, grow food and kind of live a simpler existence, and kind of like in this commune. And I guess the point of the movie is that it's sort of like a little bit of Lord of the Flies, and it's kind of like preaching the dangers of communism and being part of a cult, and kind of I suppose there's an echo of a theme that Western laws do not apply to East Asia, and that they uh, have a lot like harsher laws for criminality than the West does. Like shit that like in the West, like shit society and leftists tolerate in America, like is not tolerated um, in East Asia. A lot of Asian countries, like graffiti, for instance, is not tolerated. They had the really famous case of the guy who went to Singapore, and in the early '90s, and he got fucked up, and he went tagging and spray painting cars and shit, and he got flogged with bamboo canes, and so yeah, so I wouldn't mess around with the Asian justice system. especially in like a third world country or a backwater country. I wouldn't fuck around with that. So, I guess the beach is also a cautionary tale about messing around, fucking around to find out. I guess is what they call it these days, and how you shouldn't mess with Asian justice systems in particular. Like in the West, you might have a liberal, Biden or Obama judge that a guy like, you know, does a rape or something like that. He doesn't get a stiff sentence, or he steals a bunch of shit but doesn't get a stiff sentence. And the thing about some third world countries or some, you know, East Asian countries is that if you commit a crime, you're going to get punished like badly, and you're going to be sent to like a shitty fucking uh, impoverished prison with bugs and uncomfortable conditions, and you're probably not going to survive it either. So I think in the United States, besides lax liberal uh, justices, I'm sorry, judges, and um, kind of a like not strict penalties for crimes. I think also um, there's generous bails that judges can set, like Carmelo Anthony for stabbing a guy in the heart in Frisco, Texas. They're like in an Asian country, if you stabbed a guy in his heart and he was dead, there's no way that you could bond out, like in Singapore or something like that. Yeah, I wouldn't say The Beach was a good movie. I would say that it was thought provoking. It was entertaining. Um, I guess for The Beach, I always thought like, is this trying to be Jack Kerouac on the road, or is this trying to be like Red Corner? It kind of has. I suppose The Beach has a major identity crisis. Is this trying to be like Lord of the Flies? Is this trying to be like, I don't know what it's trying to be like. It's trying to be a whole bunch of different things. Is it trying to be Blue Lagoon? You know, it's just all over the place. So, yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 The brain eating bacteria is in the news again. Uh, yeah. It's always a Texas woman. It's always a Texas child dying of it because people are going to swim in there's a lot of rivers and lakes and bodies of water in Texas, and also, you know, besides lakes and rivers, there's also um, the Gulf Coast and Galveston. So there's a lot of places for this brain-eating uh, amoeba to. I accidentally called it bacteria. It's not bacteria. It's a amoeba. Yeah. So it flourishes in hot water, and Texas has a lot of hot water pools and streams and all that, creeks and all that shit. So yeah, so Texas is the perfect breeding ground, and then you have people that want to go swim in natural springs and ponds, and the amoeba uh, goes through your nose and it travels up through your nasal cavity if the amoeba is present, and it goes all the way up to your brain. It goes up your spine. What is it? It travels up the Nagliera fowleri. Yeah, from the nasal mucosa, Naegleria fowleri attaches to the olfactory nerves. It migrates along these nerves through the cribriform plate, a thin bone in the skull, to reach the brain. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Uh, oh. On evening tide, Dodge. Gonna get it downed. Eh, downed. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump. Oh yeah. Going for the long haul because I got a long balls. Zelda Shrine. I do like that George Harrison song that's like wah wah. Even though I suppose he's talking about a wah wah pedal on his electric guitar, but Um, I like the song. It's like, I don't want to hear any more of your wah wah. Bring me the wizard. Get some Zelda on, dude. Zelda therapy. We're doing Zelda therapy. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night because it's already like 3 in the morning. Yeah, because if I don't get any sleep, then the morning will be rough. That's for sure. Peace.